It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you've come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I'm the Commish coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. Black Friday. Silver and Black Theater. Tonight, we're bringing you the second half of the great game from the Raider Archives that we brought you the first half of last week, which was the 1980 AFC Championship game taking place on January 11th, 1981. As we bring you this week's edition the Silver and Black Theater. Coming out of the halftime.
Today's AFC title game has the Oakland Raiders out in front of the San Diego Chargers by a score of 28-14. Dick, Merlin, I guess the story of the first half, quite simply, is a story of turnovers. The Chargers have been sloppy.
No question about that, Brian. In fact, the
Chargers have been sloppy. A lot of turnovers this first half.
Two teams that in San Diego's
Three
case,
picks
they
by the
bounced
Raiders.
the ball around. They've had interceptions, and Oakland very opportunistic in the way they've handled them.
You know, when it rained this morning, Brian, I think a lot of the players woke up with the same feeling that, that's another thing to worry about, the rain, and maybe with the bad weather, there might be the turnovers, and there were occasions where that feeling came out in this first half.
I think in an emotional game, too, the ball tends to bounce around a little bit more.
The Raiders have hit, I think, harder than San Diego the first
A
half.
lot of good hitting.
Dick, Merlin, it appears to Mike and I down here as if Oakland's front line is just handling San Diego's defensive front. Is that the way it looks to you upstairs?
I think they've certainly given their quarterback Plunkett a lot of time to throw, and that vaunted rush has gotten to him a couple of times, but very late. He's had time to throw the football, and often much more than they would like to allow him.
And San Diego, don't forget, they were down twice deep in Oakland territory, Brian, and coughed up the ball. If they score, we have an even game at 28 at the intermission.
Okay, Dick, Merlin, thank you much. Our score at the intermission is 28-14. Let's turn our attention
28-14 at the half.
That the Chargers
Both teams have been slinging it all over.
On the third play from scrimmage, you see Jim
The Chargers have been slinging it. They've just been getting picked off like crazy.
Kenny King into the arms of Raymond Chester. Well, you recall the John Mackey rule. Raymond Chester took it the other way, 56 yards. Suddenly, the silver and black is up by a score of 7-0. But this one was a wild one from the start. First play from scrimmage for the Chargers. Dan Fouts up top. Into the hero of last week, Ron Smith, 55-yard strike. Looked like San Diego was going to come back and tie the ball game immediately. But instead, Lester the interceptor. Look at this. The man has 5 pickoffs during the postseason.
Lester, hey, tell me why that man's not in the Hall of Fame. Anybody tell me why that man is not in the Hall of Fame?
Going upstairs one more time when you're in a clutch situation, you look to number 18, Charlie Joyner. Dwayne Elstein was all inside his jersey on this play, but instead, Joyner comes away with the ball. Just like that, San Diego had tied the ball game at 7. It was left end to Jim Plunkett, who hit 7 of his first 9 passes to march his club down the field. He did that. Then when he couldn't find a receiver, ran it the final 5 yards for a touchdown that put Oakland ahead by a score of 14-7. Following a Fouts interception, Plunkett in position again for a touchdown. 21 yards into the arms of Kenny King. 21-7 Oakland. Then after Williams coughed up the ball on a fumble, Mark Van Egan made it a 28-7 ball game. This was before fouls into the arms of Joyner to cut it to 28-14. This as we neared the end of the first half. So that's how we stand right now. Oakland's out in front of the scoreboard. San Diego, unfortunately, all out in front in the turnover department. We're going to get back in just a moment. We'll come back.
Man, there's a young Brian Gumble for you there.
From your local station. Joined now by Mike Adamley. We've been watching Oakland San Diego go at it for the second Super Bowl berth. Earlier today, Philadelphia decided the person by turning back Dallas 20-7. And Michael, the hero of the game, was young Wilbert Montgomery. Now, coming into this one, everybody said, hey, he's a little guy who's been beat up. But from the opening gun, when he scored a touchdown, it was his ball game, 194 yards.
Well, watch him go. This one went for 42 yards and gave Philadelphia a 7-0 lead. All week long, Dick Vermeil had been selling wolf tickets, saying his team wasn't healthy. But watch Carl Hairston here. Well, he makes Danny White fumble.
This is in the third period after a 7-7. It set up a Tony Franklin field goal, made it 10-7. White did not have the best of ball games. He completed this one to Jay Saldi, but Tony Dorsett with a fumble spoiled the drive.
This touchdown pass went for
So this was the Eagles setting it up. So the Raiders win this game. The Eagles are waiting for them
blue jerseys, number 33, usually reliable
in the Super Bowl.
1981
for the 1980 season.
Well, it set up a Leroy Harris touchdown of 9 yards. This after Jerry Robinson returned it. When Harris went over from 9 yards out, it made it Philadelphia 17, Dallas 7. Fans in Philadelphia are going nuts in 5-degree weather. Harris taking it 17-7. They added a Franklin field goal, and now it's 20-7. Philadelphia the winner. Does that surprise you?
Well, not at all, really. I think that the key to here was we watched Wilbert Montgomery go 54 yards for the last touchdown of the game. And what a day he had. It's a new NFC championship game record. The key for Philadelphia, as it has been all year long, is to keep their key people healthy. Jaworski stays healthy. Wilbert Montgomery stays healthy. Philadelphia's going to win.
I think also they got a great day out of their defense. Okay, let me ask you real quick. We're getting in a hypothetical situation. How does Philly stack up against either one of these teams as we look down the road to Super 15?
Well, you know, they played them both during the course of the regular season. They whooped Oakland pretty bad, and they just lost to San Diego by a point, so I would say pretty well.
Okay, final again from Philadelphia was Philadelphia 20 and Dallas 7. So we know what...
They're ready to kick it off.
Here we go.
San Diego gets the ball first.
Let's get to some freaking football, some Raider football on a Friday night. Thanks for joining me. I am the Commish. This is Silver and Black Theater on a Raider Reaction Black Friday. Ooh. Buffer. What do we got? What? What is going on? Technical difficulties. Bear with me. The 134 mark.
20 and Dallas 7. So we know what...
They're ready to kick it off. Chris Barr back. San Diego gets the ball first. The fact that San Diego challenged Lester Hayes.
It was young Wilbert Montgomery.
Tried to run, but were in effect.
Fumble.
This is
The season that began shortly after the San Jose, California.
Sorry for the technical difficulties here. Let me get it back to where we should be. Sorry about that.
Establish momentum, power in the second half is so very important.
So what happens when you're flying without a net and we're going live?
You look at the yardage, total yardage passing 243 for the Chargers, but as I said earlier, the most important stat is what's happened at the end of those drives, not between the 20s and between the goal lines.
Like I said, this is the 1980 AFC Championship game. Eagles have already bought their way into the Super Bowl. They're waiting to see if it's going to be us or the Chargers. Chargers came back, pulled it within 2 scores at the end of the first half. It's currently 28-14. Both quarterbacks are slowing it all around in the first half.
Offense for San Diego, directed by their all-pro quarterback Dan Fouts. His running backs, and that, of course, you use that term loosely because San Diego does not run that much, and Chuck Muncie bruised a shoulder in the first half. We didn't see him in the second quarter, so Mike Thomas is the lone setback. Double tight end, that's Winslow with McCrary on the other side. Wide receivers, Joyner and Jefferson. Thomas Dropped
Oh,
at the
nice D.
35-yard line. Otis McKinney reacting quickly, number 23.
The Oakland Raiders playing 5 defensive backs on first down, daring San Diego to run the football. The Chargers tried to run, but were ineffective there. If they can't force Oakland to come in with the extra
Share it up if you're watching. Share it up. It is Raider Reaction. Black Friday, Silver and Black Theater. Every Friday, dusting off classics from the Raider archives. This is the second half of last week's game.
Intercepted.
Picked!
Dwayne Osteen. A flag is down, and Osteen fumbles, and San Diego.
Oh, for Pete's sake, it's a turnover fest.
Out to the 43, but I believe we're going to have interference against Osteen.
John Jefferson.
I think it's all for nothing.
He said, hey, bring the ball back here because they hit me before the pass arrived, which they did do.
That was at the 46-yard line of Oakland. The Raiders trying to continue the pattern of pilfering Fouts passes, but Osteen a bit too rambunctious on that effort.
Osteen, who was acquired from the Los Angeles Rams, has been a valuable acquisition. But he is the guy you almost have to go after in the secondary because you don't want to have to challenge Lester Hayes. Watch the end of the play here. With the ball in the air, Osteen will come over the top of Jefferson right there. And that's the penalty call.
Doesn't he have a right to the ball to go to the ball?
Not when he climbs over the top of the receiver to get it.
That was the argument by the Raiders.
Oh, it looked like good defense to me.
From the 46.
Now that looks like good defense as well.
Has the first sack of the day for the Oakland Raiders. The veteran Hardman.
Hardman with the
North
big
Texas
sack.
State, an all-pro with the 49ers and having a big year at the age of 31. So Fouts loses back to his 45.
You're supposed to bring the popcorn, huh, Neil?
Mobile quarterback.
I just supply the show. You're supposed to bring refreshments.
Hardman strips him down, puts him on the ground. 2nd and 20 to go. Obviously, San Diego needs to get something going in the second half. Down 14, they can explode.
But they need to get it going now.
Joyner left, Jefferson right. The incomplete, trying to find Jefferson.
Still slinging it.
Oakland defense appeared they had a zone coverage on that time. Cedric Hardman again applying pressure on Fouts.
I think the key for the Oakland Raiders is they've been able to get pressure on Fouts with 4 rushers. They haven't had to go to the blitzes that they have used in other games, and you don't want to blitz Fouts. Fouts scores when you blitz him. He reads the blitz, he takes advantage of it. They've been able to do it with that offensive line. Hardman, Matusak, Jones, Browning, they're doing a good job of attacking, and although they have not sacked a lot of times, they've not sacked Fouts, they have made him very uncomfortable in the pocket.
They're getting a lot of pressure on Fouts. Absolutely. They're having the whole game.
He's got first down.
Finds a nice cushion there. Holding the defense.
That's what makes the Chargers so exciting. There is no such thing as 3rd and 2 long for Fouts.
And here's the difference. Look at the amount of time that Dan Fouts has to work. He'll find the open receiver, and he'll drop it into the hands. Charlie Joyner, one of the most disciplined pattern runners in football. In motion, breaking upfield. Watch him find the open territory. Hey, he said, here, get it to me now.
It was Jefferson who had 5 catches over 100 yards last week against Buffalo. Joyner now has 5 catches, 113 yards today, and both touchdowns. Thomas. They caught Hendricks red-dogging from the backside, and they ran away from Hendricks, and a good game by Mike Thomas before Martin and Owens can make the tackle.
And that's exactly what San Diego must do to force the Oakland Raiders out of that 5 defensive back situation. There's room up the middle. Thomas gets in there quickly and takes advantage of it. San Diego has
defense is looking good.
Down inside the 20-yard line.
They're making San Diego work for everything.
Down with which to play for Fouts. Let's see if he goes for 6.
Smash!
Solid hit. About at the 19. Rod Martin
Rod Martin says, I don't think so, son.
Looks as if it's
Not up
for a
this
first
hole.
down as they spot it at
Not
the
on my
18-yard
watch.
line.
Thomas went in aggressively and came out going the other way just as fast. Watch the shot right there. A powerful shot by 57 McClanahan, or 53 Rod Martin, actually.
John Brody, you've been following Fouts and the Chargers. Your thoughts?
Well, the simple thing is, Dick, that time Rod Martin made a wonderful play almost at the line of scrimmage, but he's got to cover about 12 yards around the middle of that line. They're playing it with just Hendricks and Martin, and if they can't run up inside, throwing the ball is going to be very tough. They've been fortunate a few times, but it's going to get tougher and tougher down in close.
Yeah, let's see if Fouts stays on the ground. First down at the 18.
Nope, you're going to air it out again. They keep slinging it.
And was Jefferson and Hayes matched up, 2 All-Pros. Jefferson nodding his head to Hayes as if to say, that was a legal bump. We were both going for the ball. Hayes with an interception in the first half, his 5th in the 3 playoff games. You don't want to shake hands with Lester until he's had a very good shower.
Watch the interaction between these two great players. Lester Hayes looking back, trying to find that football. Jefferson had 13 touchdown catches during the season, 3 of them against Lester Hayes, and there weren't many thrown on that man during the season.
And Hayes with 13 interceptions. Ron Smith at the 8-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down. Measurement.
It's pretty close.
And Fouts again scanning the field. He finds the
These guys are inspiring, man. It is a Plunkett and Fouts show.
Number 44, Burgess Owens. A little bit of space between them.
Fortunately for Fouts, he's going to get a vaunted Raiders defensive back core that is picking him right and left.
Smith, who had a little trouble controlling it, but able to latch onto it. This is the drive from
a 40-piece chicken nugget. Good Lord, G-Box, you clog an artery with that.
First and goal at the 8. Lots of time.
Yeah, he put that in like the 5th row.
Jefferson and Joyner crossing in the end zone. Lester Hayes is right there covering again.
Lester Hayes making it hard on him. But that guy's not a Hall of Famer though, right? Yeah, that guy ain't a Hall of Famer. Nothing.
Played a very crucial role in this game as rusher, as defender.
Another freaking travesty. Another man that should be in the Hall.
Looking for Jefferson coming across, slipped a little bit, but there were just too many black shirts. The difficulty of throwing down there is you compress the amount of room the offense has to work in.
Second and goal at the 8. Look at the time. Oh, my! Jefferson will rarely drop that one.
Hits him right in the hands. Damn it. What'd you hit me in the hands for?
With all kinds of time to throw, but the philosophy obviously for Oakland, they're going to cover everyone, get everybody back defensively, and they're going to let Fouts throw the football. Watch here. Jefferson is alone. The ball zipped to him. A little too much fire on that one. He could not handle it. Try to twist around to get it before his toes came out of the end zone. Couldn't do it.
Great coverage by our NBC crew. Larry Cirillo, our producer, Ted Nathanson, our director. Third and goal.
Oh, yeah.
Hands of Jefferson.
And Fouts picking himself out of the turf again.
So 2 near misses for San Diego. And Fouts under pressure now. We'll watch the field goal unit come in.
Jefferson running a little pattern, just has trouble getting off the line. This timing, and it cuts across the heels of Osteen. He makes those catches more often than he drops them.
Indeed. Both of the last 2 chances, Jefferson, that's easy picking for him. Rolf Brennerska from the 16-yard line, a 26-yard attempt.
And they cut into the lead a little bit. but the defense again.
So the Chargers,
They bomb it on down there,
solid drive downfield, get 3, and
but
it's
they
now
can't get it done.
28-17.
Defense slams the door on them again.
San Diego gets 3, but Jefferson thought he should have had 6, John Brody.
Thought he shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't, sucker.
John Jefferson, the man that got him into this playoff title ball game, has dropped 4 balls that could have led to scores. 1 early in the second quarter, 1 toward the end of the half, and 2 in the end zone on this particular drive. He's the man that's won ball games for him. I think the encouraging part is Fouts is not going to go away from him. They'll be back down.
You can count on that. Thanks, John. Bernurska's kick. Arthur Whittington, the 10, and to the 22-yard line to match the number on his back, the former SMU star. So the Raiders have the football for the first time in the second half. What do you expect, Len Dawson, from Jim Plunkett?
Well, I know this, and he's going to have a wonderful opportunity on first down because they are ahead. I think you're going to see the linebackers of San Diego coming up close to the line of scrimmage to stop the run. He has not been able to get the ball beyond the linebackers because they get such great depth. I think on first down it would be a
What's
great
up,
opportunity
Assassin
for the
Angel
Oakland
Eyes?
Raiders.
Plunkett, look at that. 7 for 9, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jim Plunkett is on fire.
Branch and Chandler both to the right. Chester, the tight end, on the left. And Plunkett's going to throw on first down. And one hops it to Chandler. Chandler was wide open.
One of the things you notice about Plunkett, he throws some passes with great zip and accuracy, and other times it would appear that he loses confidence in a pass. He does not throw it with velocity, and the end result is that it ends up being a pass like that, poorly thrown and occasionally intercepted.
Chandler back, very happy to be back on the West Coast. He was the one Raider who suffered some frostbite in the win at Cleveland last weekend. He's also playing with a dislocated thumb and a dislocated finger. Good protection underneath to Chester, and he is met solidly by Woodrow Lowe. Third down 6.
3rd and 6 here.
Plunkett getting a chance to examine the defense of the Chargers. Gets the opening here. You see the crossing pattern, number 88, Chester. But
Plunkett's not a Hall of Famer either. Neither's Cliff Branch. Hell, neither's the coach. I mean, these aren't Hall of Famers. You know, it's just a squad that, you know, just won a couple Super Bowls and all, you know. What the hell else they got to do?
Hayes receiving some attention from the doctors and trainers on the Oakland Raiders sidelines for his calves. Plunkett.
Oh!
And San Diego's defense gets a cheer.
San Diego stiffens, man. They're feeling it. They come out of the half down 2 touchdowns. They know they got to get her done. And Lester came to tie his own damn shoes.
By the Chargers, Leroy Jones, his mother Josephine, down in Mississippi. He hasn't seen her for 2 years. He wants to get to the Super Bowl because Mama's going to get her tickets, and they can have their
Ray Guy, watch the stroke on Ray Guy's punch, man. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
Offensively and defensively, swinging towards San Diego. They've still got a long ways to come to get themselves back and a tie with Oakland.
Only 4 back, 10 men on the line for San Diego. Oh, they almost
We're coming after that one, man. They're pulling out all the stops. They feel the season slipping here. Oh!
He's all the way to the 41-yard line.
Man, did you see that tackle? That was like he was running down a calf at a freaking rodeo. That wasn't like he like climbed his back and drug him to the ground. It's like, dude, you ain't going no further.
Sometimes Ray Guy kicks the ball so far that it's hard to carry.
This is way before Bo Jackson's time, huh, Neil? This is the 1980 AFC Championship game. Bo Jackson, years away.
There's no organized block, or there's no organized return. They were very lucky. That's almost all individual effort coming back.
Mike Buller, a great effort. Mike Thomas takes it to the 38 of Oakland. We have 8 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Oakland leading first 7-0. Then San Diego tied. Then Oakland ran off 3 touchdowns, 28-7 before the Chargers scored late in the first half. San Diego's first possession of the second half led to a field goal. After 3 plays and a punt, San Diego back in business. Second down and 7. Bouts to Winslow. That's his first catch today. And a first down. Winslow, going into the second half of this game, had completed more passes than he had caught. Remember, he had that long pass in the first half.
Excellent play. Bouts getting a lot of time, zips this one on a string. And Winslow, what a graceful athlete he is for a man that tall. No question. People are going to go looking for Kellen Winslows and try and put him at tight end if they can find him.
First down. And a whistle. There was movement before the
snap.
Jefferson.
It's got to be on the offense.
All for naught.
Assassin Angel Eyes. Assassin Angel Eyes is going to put me up when the Raiders make the Super Bowl. Because we're coming for Raider Reaction live in Super Bowl. CC60's going to put me up. So
cost San Diego 5 yards.
I'll tell you what.
The Dallas 20-7.
Raiders make the Super Bowl.
These two teams both.
We're taking Raider Reaction on the road, and we'll be there live broadcasting from the Super Bowl. You better freaking believe it.
Moving before the snaps. Snap, number 62, 67. First down.
San Diego defeated Philadelphia here, 22.
Check you later, JD, man. Have a good night.
Lost at Philadelphia, 10-7. No matter who wins this game in San Diego, it appears will be a great rematch with the Eagles 2 weeks hence.
Share it up, Raider Nation. Share it up. It is a silver and black theater on a Black Friday on Raider Reaction. Share it up. Maybe there's some other folks sitting around bored, chilling on a Friday night, and they'd like some Raider football in their Friday evening as well. So share it out there. Put it in the groups. Share it to your friends. Invite them.
But literally a running back. Once
It's just
that
a little
ball is
silver
in
and
his
black
hands,
party on a Friday night here on Raider Reaction. As it is every Friday. Now I've got another great game. We've got a great game picked out for you guys for next Friday already. And next Friday, just like I'd offered last Friday, if we can get over 100 viewing live, we'll do the entire game Friday night. So I'll offer out the same carrot that I did last week. We got super close last week, but didn't quite make it.
Merlin, I think it's a situation where it's better to have second down in inches than it is to have first and 10. They've got 3 downs to pick up a first down. They would love to have the ball first down. I think he'll do something simply to keep the drive alive. I don't think he's going to fire the ball in the end zone. Some people might predict that. And if he does, they've still got Matt Millen in the ball game. Their short yardage defense is there. If they've got a good play, they'll probably use it.
Well, I'll tell you, defensively, your philosophy has to be...
I can't tell you my secrets, Michael. Then you wouldn't come back and watch every Friday. But I'll tell you what, over the past several months, we have watched some classic games. We watched the 1987 Monday Night Football game between the Seahawks and the Raiders when Bo Jackson made his presence known to the world. We've watched the 76 season, the 77 Super Bowl. We watched the Super Bowl after this game. We watched Monday Night Football from, was it 72? Broadway Joe versus the Mad Bomber. We've had some great games, and I've got another great game picked out for you guys next week. So make sure you tune in at 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, next Friday for Black Friday. Got another great game picked out for you guys.
Jefferson had 2 touchdown chances, and uncharacteristic of him, could not latch on to either.
Holding, number 83, defense before the pass. Penalties decline. First down.
Ted Hendricks trying to slow someone down. First and goal to see. And this Charger crowd starting to believe again. With 6:53 left in the third quarter. Thomas to the 6. Reggie Kinlaw from Oklahoma, the middle guard for the Raiders has made the stop. Here comes Chuck Muncy back into the ball game for the first time since early in the game. 6.5 minutes left in this third quarter.
Muncy obviously in the game because of his physical stature, short yardage, running game. That's the work of big men, and Muncy's one of the biggest backs in the NFL.
They like to run him to the left.
Got here in the red zone again. So far, the Raiders have done really well. Ooh, but not this time. They finally find a crack in the wall and get in on him. That cuts into the lead. That cuts into the lead.
Now the Chargers have scored 10 points in this third quarter. Once down 28-7. They've now pulled to 28-23.
Only down by 5 now. They're clawing back in it.
Mike Fuller
After that hot first half where the Raiders put up 28.
Set up the score. Good.
You called it exactly right. They like to put Muncy over that left side. He gets an excellent blocking. Big Ed White, number 67. Wilkerson, 63, out in front of him. But he could have gone a long ways further if he'd had to.
So with 6:13 left in the third quarter, Oakland's lead is 4.
Excuse me, 4 now after this to finish.
See the total number of drives, 659 yards, but this is the crucial play. Muncy coming behind the excellent blocking of his offensive line, hurling himself into the end zone.
Well, that's just like it was drawn in Coryell's playbook. Great execution. 28-24, the kickoff, Benerska. Moody and Whittington deep. It's Whittington.
Here we got the return. Ooh, Matt, quickly.
Jerome Dove was there first at the 22-yard line. John Brody, let's go back to the touchdown.
Place is going nuts, full of Choker fans. You can't fill a van with Choker fans now, let alone a freaking stadium.
Otis McKinney and Cedric Hardman, both passing situation for defensive football players. They thought Muncy was in there as a decoy. They knew his shoulder was bad. He surprised them, put it down, and slipped it in. Otis McKinney and Cedric Hardman on this side. 5 defensive back situation. They fooled and ran it in the end zone.
Kellen Winslow with a great lead block. This crowd giving Plunkett problems just hearing. Van Egan plows to the 26. Kelcher and Horn with the tackle.
The Oakland Raiders can out of
12. No, I bet you remember this game. This would have been an impressionable game to watch when I was 12. I was 8, almost 9 when I watched the Super Bowl that we beat the Redskins. That was my first real huge impression of the Raiders game, obviously, on me. Others before that, but that was the one that just like stamped it.
Or was that something that looked like the ball was free? I guess it was just somebody's shoe seemed to fly there.
My shoe!
Made the tackle as King with a
knocking fools out their shoes.
First down at the 34. See that play again.
Kenny King getting a good shot here. Dave Dalby, number 50, crawling over there to get into the block. Louis Kelcher. But he has the first down.
That's the initial first down of the second half for the Raiders. Plunkett to King.
King.
That speed.
Splitting fools.
Behind at the 45-yard line by Willie Buchanan.
It's my pleasure, Linda. Thank you for joining us on a Black Friday here on Raider Reaction.
22-yard play, and that's the kind of explosiveness that King was not capable of during the last half of the season because of that ankle. Watch him accelerate. Now watch you see the opening and just burst for it.
Every Friday night here on Raider Reaction, we dust off the classics from the Raider archives. You never know what you're going to drop. We had the 72 Monday Night Football game between Broadway Joe and Gerald LaMonica. There were so many Hall of Famers on that field. It was ridiculous. They even went live to the astronauts on the freaking moon at halftime of that game. Had the full halftime show with Howard Cosell. So if you didn't watch that one, you never know what you're going to get on a Black Friday.
Caught a deflected pass. King was the intended receiver, went through his hands to Chester, and he went for an opening touchdown of 65 yards.
Well, I'm just telling you, next week, I got a good one picked out.
Watch what he does when the quarterback gets in trouble. Comes back to the football and makes a great play after he gets the football. Around to get the extra yardage.
Chester noticing that Buck's in trouble. He says, "Here I am," and he ran right away from Mike Fuller.
Chester's had a solid game. King is starting to impose will a little bit.
Mike Williams at the corner for San Diego made the tackle. And Fouts waiting his turn.
Absolutely, Scott. This is the year. This is the 1980 AFC Championship game, January 11th, 1981. The Eagles have already beat the Cowboys 20-7 and are awaiting to see who their opponent will be. Is it going to be the Raiders or the Chokers? Obviously, it's not going to be the Chokers.
We're all excited, as you well can imagine.
Look at that. Look at the numbers from Plunkett. 10 of 13, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns.
It's a big, big day, so make your plans, have your parties, join us early. A spectacular pregame show, NFL 80 is arranged, and then the action. The Eagles will meet the winner of this game.
If Jim Plunkett can get it in the end zone here, he certainly improves the chances for his Oakland Raiders to be in that game.
That's Branch in motion. Van Egan.
Mark Van Egan.
Read by Fred Dean, who trailed the play and made the tackle.
Really great Raider running back.
Tackle by number 71, Fred Dean.
Lots of pressure on the defense here. Dean, primarily a pass rusher, but because of his great speed, able to make that kind of play from behind. He's had chronic groin problems. It's been difficult for him during the last part of the season. Watch the acceleration here. That's
A black and white game.
Running in behind, but he has great
Jukebox. Who's going to watch a black and white game?
Yards rushing, King 29.
I mean, it might be cool for a minute, but
The
I
running
don't
game,
know.
as you look into the
Let me see what I can find.
King.
Let me see what I can find.
Line short of the first down. Glenn Edwards dragged him down.
I mean, the last Monday Night Football game we did, that was way back there. That was
Set up
72.
for maybe the biggest play
That
of
was
the day
still
for
full color
San
and
Diego
everything,
defense so far.
Let me see what I can
Third
find.
down, about 2.5 yards to go. What are you going to do?
Arthur Whittington.
So far, there hasn't really been a game requested that I haven't been able to dig up. And they were wrong, Sandy. They were dead wrong.
Whittington ran into his quarterback, and he is stopped.
Oh. I thought about the Heidi. The Heidi game's on my list, Michael. The Heidi game's on my list. I've got the Heidi game. Also, I've got the Sea of Hands game.
Tremendous penetration on the right-hand side. Watch the pressure
That's a
coming
good
in
one
right
to
there.
do as well.
It's Gary Johnson, I believe, 79, diving for him. He had to change the pattern of the play. And
We've done the Ghost to the Post game. We've done that one already.
Backfield and
We've done the first 2 Super Bowls.
You can make that kind of play defensively.
Chandler to hold at the 17, a 27-yard kick by Barr.
We still haven't done the 83 Super Bowl. I have that full footage, the entire game film, and I will do it someday,
Drills it through.
some Black Friday. But that one, I'll just probably have to do the whole game at once, because that's like my all-time favorite Raider game, and there's no way I'm going to be able to chop that thing into 2, so I'm going to have to do that some Friday that I can absolutely dedicate the entire broadcast to run it start to finish.
We did both those games. We saw these two teams battle on equal terms, although I think
it's not a bad one either, Eduardo. It's not a bad one either. I've got a list of games. I try to pick ones that the viewers have selected. This actually is a viewer. I don't know if Bob's here tonight. Bob, you better be out there watching the second half of this game, because you about 3 weeks in a row, he was in on here on Black Friday asking for this game, and he was here last week watching the first half. So hopefully he'll at least get a catch the second half, maybe later.
Well, Fouts has been hot since the score was 28-7. His team has outscored the Raiders 17-3.
The turnovers.
Putting it in the air as always.
The turnovers have killed the Chargers. The Raiders defense has stepped up.
In San Diego. And we're all going to need some air before this one's over.
Well, I had that Monday Night Football game we did, Jukebox, had Madden on the sideline. If you remember, there was a zoom in on the sideline of that game, which was really cool. Little piece of Raider history. They zoomed in on the sideline, and you had John Madden. It was John Madden, George Blanda, Daryl LaMonica, and Kenny Stabler all together talking about their 2-minute drill at the end of the first half. And it was... That was just cool. That was just cool. That game was. We should almost do that game again because that was just a historic game. Because you could play count the Hall of Famers literally on both sides of the ball. It was crazy.
Not in the middle. They're playing pass on first down, second down.
A Raider game in the snow.
Notice how time he takes to throw the ball.
I've been thinking about doing one. I was kind of waiting for it to get a little later in the season. We haven't done one in a snow game yet, a good snow game, or like a good rain game either. Because like the old, like the Kansas City Raiders games, and a couple in the slop. The one when Tyrone Wheatley was stiff-arming people to death. That'd be a cool one to watch.
It was Hendricks who forced Fouts to look elsewhere as he went firing in from a position on the opposite side from where you normally would find him.
Doing his freelancing, he'll work all up and down that line, and he really makes it tough on the offensive linemen.
Yeah, we need to find something that we need to find. Yeah,
but again, that's that bad matchup for San Diego.
You give me some good ideas. You gotta remember, I can only get about 2 or 3 games in a month, so.
See if Fouts gets a play off before the end of the third quarter. 14-13-12. Greg McCrary is in at tight end.
You guys just probably gave me enough ideas for the rest of the year. With the ones I've already got dug out for you from the other ideas you've already given me.
Jefferson slipped as he made his cut. 1 second left in the quarter. And Fouts very slow in getting up.
There's a lot of people that haven't ever seen these games, or the last time that they've seen these games was when they seen them live. And it's just nice to be able to sit back,
in the air.
Meanwhile,
kick back on a Friday night,
took quite a
hang out with some other Raiders,
42 on the coverage.
and relive the greats.
I see. He pulled a muscle. He pulled calf muscle, did Winslow. That should not be serious.
Looks like it might be a cramp, Dick.
Cramps.
Partridge. Oh, short kick. But it takes a nice...
Shankerific.
Ira Matthews is to the 49 of Oakland. Tackle made by Hank Bauer, and that is the end of the third quarter.
Wrapping up the
San
third.
Diego Jack Murphy Stadium. The score
31-24, Oakland.
San Diego 24. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. They're still very much alive in San Diego. Friday was San Diego Charger Day. I understand all the school kids, elementary through high school, all wore their blue and yellow. The spirit, the Chargers, and they're down to 15 minutes to go. 31-24 the score. The Raiders in front. Oakland good field position at its 49.
Plunket wanting to finish this.
To the 37-yard line and a first down for the Raiders.
Ben Egan.
Third quarter statistics.
You might expect favoring the San Diego Chargers substantially, but tremendous yardage gained by both these teams so far in this game. Plunkett, Dick, has averaged 23.3 yards per pass completion today. You talk about the long bomb and going deep. He's done it today.
That's true to form for the Raiders. Nothing much there as Whittington to the 35, 2nd and 8. Kellen Winslow receiving some attention, and from that expression, it would appear that he's studying a chess move. He's going to be all right. He was an outstanding, and is an outstanding chess player. He said, who's been your toughest opponent in chess? He said, I don't know. No one's beaten me yet. Is Chester.
Wide open.
Good tackle by
again
Woodrow at the
to
30,
Chester.
short of the first down. 3rd and 3 for the Raiders. Len Dawson, now you take us under that helmet of Jim Plunkett.
Well, we had mentioned before the show that he has to exercise patience. Do not turn the ball over because the Oakland Raiders get the ball from the other team more than anybody in the National Football League. He has done it. This is just the 3rd possession that Oakland has had in the second half. They did get 1 field goal, and they're moving right now. So Plunkett's doing a great job.
Woody Lowe making the tackle. Raiders are ready to put it in play on 3rd and 3. Kenny King back into the lineup. Flags are down.
They jumped.
Wide open is Branch.
Another guy
And
who's
Speedster
not
has
good
a
enough to be
first
a Hall
down
of
at the
Famer.
24, but first the penalty.
Several defenders jumping offside. Got to wonder if maybe one of the Oakland offensive linemen moved prior to the snap.
No. Cal LaFleur signaling the 5-yard penalty against San Diego, and the Raiders, well, they gained about 6 on it. They'll take the play.
Dick, normally the San Diego Charger team is not prone to mistakes, but watch the aggressiveness here. 79 Johnson and Kelcher. I think Kelcher may be triggered by the action of Johnson. He's looking for that football out of his right eye, and he saw the action over there. I think it got him started.
I don't think we've ever really made that point. You defensive linemen, that's what you're looking at, the ball movement. You're reacting totally to that. You're not really looking at anything else specifically.
Or to movement on the other side of the line. And when you see sometimes the movement out of the corner of your eye, that triggers you.
13 minutes, 4 seconds left. First down play. Van Egan to the 20. Louis Kelcher. You don't drag Big Louis very far.
Grind on him.
Same play that Van Egan made the gain a few moments ago on, cutting back against the grain, starting to the right side, and then knifing back to try and take advantage of the lack of pursuit by San Diego from that right side. Big number 74, Louis Kelcher, left tackle. Watch him here. He's going to react back to the play now. Good job of getting back to it. They sealed off Gary Big Hands Johnson. Had Louis not gotten a hold of that runner, Van Egan would have made some fine yardage on that play.
Van Egan. And he was well covered. Fuller, safety man. 3rd down and 6. Remember, the Raiders have a 7-point lead. A field goal for them in this situation gives them a fine opportunity to force San Diego to have to get 2 big scores. So you would think that Plunkett will play it carefully if he does not find a man open.
Yeah, he'll be playing it carefully.
Quite a bit of help in his game plan today. Receivers coming in, backs coming in with plays from the sideline.
This is a pivotal play right here at 3rd and 6. Trying to put this game away. Scrambling.
Complete to Chandler at the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Raiders.
From Plunkett.
I thought I saw a flag drop in the end zone. I mean, that's just
absolute strike.
But there is a yellow something in the end zone. Apparently just some fans.
Score right now is 31.
Plunkett actually scrambling here, gets enough time
to 24.
Finding some open territory. He has done that so well.
Raiders are leading.
Bobby Chandler playing with those 2 bad hands. I don't know how a man can catch the football as well as he can. Dislocated thumb on one hand, dislocated pinky on the other. He said this is the first week that he hasn't had splints on both of those fingers.
That's amazing. And with those soft hands of his, he gave them the first and goal, and now it's 2nd and
This
goal
is the 1980 AFC Championship game.
And all the time,
Oakland Raiders at the San Diego Chargers, January 11th, 1981. Here on a RAIDER ReACTION Black Friday Silver and Black Theater. I am the Commish. Thank you for joining me.
Charger power.
again to take in another classic from the Raider
Both receivers
archives.
to the left, Chandler with Branch in the slot. Van Egan again cutting back inside to the 3.
Van Egan trying to pound it right to him.
Bowlers that have played outstanding football defensively for Don Coryell.
They put big Wilbur Young in place of Gary Johnson. Wilbur playing the run more efficiently, but Van Egan still running that same play, starting the action to the right, cutting back against the grain, getting good yardage in that particular play.
Oakland on 3rd and goal.
See you later,
brings in
Jukebox.
some extra beef. Todd Christensen, tight end or a fullback. Derek Jensen in there as well. So it's Van Egan and Jensen. And Plunkett doesn't like the defense and calls time.
Burns timeout. Plunkett did not like what he was seeing.
Cleveland called time down by the goal line. Talked it over, came back with the same play, and that was the winning touchdown scored by Van Egan. Timeout, 10 minutes, 18 seconds left.
31-24. Clock is ticking on the season for the Chargers, and they know it.
Crowd in San Diego. The Raiders scored first on a freak.
They were down 28-14 at the half. They have crawled back into it, but
they were tied at 7.
right now,
and Oakland using turnovers to full advantage, scored 3 straight touchdowns to lead 28-7.
anything right here makes this a very difficult game.
28-14. Chargers a strong third quarter, but now the Raiders leading 31-24 have a chance to take more than a touchdown lead. This is 3rd and goal. Plunkett. He didn't
Oh!
throw low.
That's about the last damn thing you wanted to happen in that situation right there.
Read it all away.
You have to take some risks defensively in a situation like this. The blitz is on. 51.
You got to give it up to the defensive coordinator on the other side of the ball on that one. They just dialed up a damn good play, the perfect play to snuff out the offensive play, the chess match. They won the move right there. But like I said, anything out of this drive makes it very difficult on the Chargers, and that 3 is big.
3 points it is for the
Because that gives them a 10-point lead right now.
9 minutes and 46 seconds left. And the
34-24. A little over 9 minutes left.
Charger power in San Diego.
Look at this D-bag. Chargers fans. They weren't any less stupid decades ago.
And goes out of the end zone for the touchback at the 20. Oh, we have a moment. Just want to give credit to Chris Barr. He had his problems kicking through the course of the year. In fact, in the first game of the season here at San Diego, he was 1 for 6 field goals, but he's been perfect in the playoffs, making all 9 points after and 4 of 4 field goals. They get a lot of boos to those kickers when they miss, and let's give them credit when they're solid.
It's quite a comeback. There are a lot of comeback stories on the Oakland side of the field.
Look at this guy.
Dan Fouts has Chuck Muncie behind him. That's
Hey,
Jefferson.
Chokers fans.
Splits right. Joyner to the
I
left.
just shake my head. What else can I do?
Fouts going
Pressure
long.
again. Fouts got popped in the mouth again.
Complete, and he had beaten Monty Jackson. Jackson just stayed close to him and hoped that he could look at the right time.
Fouts is just like, come on, guys.
We've been
Throw a
measuring the
block.
time for the quarterbacks all day. Let's check Fouts on that last toss.
Relatively a deep pass, about a 25-yarder downfield, but thrown in 1.9 seconds. And
Yeah,
he had to
because
throw that
in
quick.
about another
It was really
0.5 seconds, if he held on to that ball, he was about to get smashed.
But just too difficult to handle when you got a defender right on top of him.
Monty Jackson, who played college ball here at San Diego State, and was a top player with the Rams. In fact, led the NFL in interceptions with the Rams 4 years ago.
What's up, Raider and Natalie?
Smith. And again, it's Jackson to break it up.
Trying to air it out, but Jackson will not be denied.
Giants club. Monty has not played much. He's had some injury problems this year and held only 1 interception.
Will not be denied.
Pitched on that one. It looked like he had a chance maybe to accelerate and get his hands on it. May have misjudged the football.
There's old Highway 63 on the sidelines. Gene Upshaw, 23rd playoff game for Upshaw.
Muncie out of the ball game. Thomas in.
That's a triple right. And wide open is Joyner.
Oh, they got a guy that time. Felt Joyner sneaking across.
San Diego. Joyner's had a big day for Don Coryell.
Fouts with Joyner all the way on that pass. Charlie, as we said, is one of the most disciplined receivers in football. Crafty veteran who announced to his teammates early this year that he was thinking about finishing it this year, but they're trying to talk him into staying around. He has had a rather remarkable season.
And a remarkable day. 6 catches, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Joyner.
Not too bad.
Approaching the 9-minute mark of this fourth quarter.
Not too bad. But you didn't take that home with an L to go with it, my man.
He's got some blockers.
Smash!
With a first down at the 48.
Nice hit there at the end of that run.
Jones made the tackle.
Wide receivers must do more than
Watch this
just
hit.
catch passes. Number 84, Smith.
Who got
on
that?
83, Hendricks. Got enough of Hendricks to bother him, give him some
Smash!
trouble, and
Right
Muncy got
there.
outside of Hendricks. Got into the secondary, made a nice gain.
Hit him right in the chest.
Willie Jones shaken up on the play. The trainers come all the way across from the Oakland side.
Hell yeah, he's
Smith
shaken up.
also shaken up.
He got his bell rung.
His rocks out there. The clock, by the way, Dick, now an enemy for the San Diego Chargers.
That's the guy that laid the wood right there. He'd hurt himself.
Defense honest, but they also need more than a touchdown to get back in this game. They've got to move it down the field as fast as they can.
Getting King on the sidelines as both players appear to be okay. Jones and Smith. Jones heading toward the Raider bench. Dan Fouts, again, to give the fans a measure of appreciation of his talent.
It is my pleasure, Mario. My pleasure.
Len Dawson and John Brody. You throw for 300 yards, you've had a big day, but Fouts had 8 of those this year. An unprecedented season. He's over 300 yards again today. Was that your measuring stick, John, for a big day?
Not at all. I think you can look on the other side of the coin and see the Plunkett.
he rung his own bell. That was such a hit. They both left the field.
9 minutes, as you alluded to, and he hasn't got that luxury.
Again, in Fouts' grill.
Intercepted by Monty Jackson as Fouts
Pressure again.
short as he was being
Caused him not to be
drilled
able to
by the
get,
defensive charge of
step
Dave
into
Browning.
it, not to be able to be accurate, not to be able to put the zip on it, and another incompletion due to the pressure.
What about you, Lenny Dawson? We talked to John about 300-yard day. Was that a measuring stick for you, or were you more concerned about the score on the board?
Merlin, you know, the only measuring stick is when you look up at the end of 60 minutes and you have more points than the opposition. But I think both quarterbacks have done a very good job. But John is right. Plunkett has had no turnovers. That's the difference in this ballgame right now.
That's right. Turnovers will kill you. Again, Fouts goes down. Fouts has got bodies on him every time he's dropping back.
Number 83 coming all the way around behind. He'd moved all the way down to the right end and come all the way back around. San Diego knows that Hendricks is going to be coming, and yet here he is, still able to get there from the backside along with Matuzak, number 72, I believe, coming in from the left side of your screen. Combination deadly for Fouts. He's facing a tough situation here, 3rd and 10.
And Matuzak, not a bad spike man at 6'8". Hendricks is 6'7". Browning 6'5". Hardman 6'4".
There's some big boys there.
3rd and 10.
And they're coming for you. They smell blood.
Wide open.
Oh.
Slow. And he gets out of bounds. First down at the 31.
He's trying, but it ain't going to be enough.
And Fouts with some more 3rd down magic.
Fouts has been magnificent in the tough situations today.
Oh, geez, why don't you huff him a little harder?
Finding the open territory. Looks like he's still having trouble with that calf. Running with a little problem here. Breaking outside. Scooping that one off the ground. Excellent catch.
Good hands by Winslow. Caught 89 this year.
It was brutal, T-Courts. Brutal.
He stopped the clock with 8:32 left. Muncy and
Slam to the ground.
Mike Davis also in support.
Raiders felt that might be time for a change-up. Hendricks had started inside. I'm sure they'd made some adjustments in their starting and their blocking assignments, and then quickly at the snap of the ball moved back outside. No room for Muncy to get through there at all.
But what what a career for Hendricks. He was 3 times an All-American at the University of Miami, Florida, and now 5 times an All-Pro. He wasn't drafted until the second round by Baltimore, despite his All-American status, because they thought he was too skinny.
Oh, that might be pass interference. Jackson's played some great defense back there, but that one he might have been a little early.
Illegal use of the hands against the defense, and Winslow is hurt. Oh, he almost speared that ball one-handed and had himself in an awkward position when hit by Jackson.
Looked like he was going to catch it, just snatch it out of the sky with those big hands.
Yeah, Winslow's down.
Down hard and twisted as he went down.
This is when we get to hear about how great Kellen Winslow was and then lost and la la la. You were so great when your team sucked. Yeah, well, if you're so damn great, why didn't you guys win?
From this San Diego crowd, they love Kellen Winslow and the big plays that he's brought to San Diego this year. You see him twisting as he goes down. Monty has a hold of his head.
Well, he told us where the secret to those soft hands is. Maybe we get a chance later and gets back in there. We'll share it with you as he told us the story. First down on the penalty at the 25. Early movement in the line.
That was a little movement there before the snap.
The right-hand side of the line looked like Anotic. A little quick and getting off. A lot of mistakes by the San Diego team today. Unusual for them. They're a well-drilled, well-coached, efficient veteran team, but they have made a lot of crucial mistakes, a lot of penalties today.
False start, 67. Offense moving before the snap. First down.
And White. And they ticketed, although both White and Anotic moving before the snap.
The Oakland Raiders have led throughout. They're in front 34-24, the winner to the Super Bowl against the Eagles. 7 minutes, 42 seconds left. This is first and 15.
The strip sack.
And it's Hendricks again.
Hendricks with the strip sack.
Ted Hendricks has just done a pickpocket, but there's a flag downfield. And we'll see, we may have something against the Raider defense.
To negate that beautiful play is just to be a damn shame.
So San Diego retains possession.
What a play right there. What a play that was. That is unfortunate. There's a flag down the field because that was a beautiful strip sack.
But he's also had some problems doing his job out there. On that particular play, he was assigned to block Ted Hendricks. Got a good push off on him, but Hendricks was the man that took the ball out of Fouts' hands.
Illegal contact, 42. Defense, first down.
Oh, a big turnaround. Instead of Oakland with the ball, San Diego still is deep in Raider territory.
There's the action right there. Outside of that 5-yard zone and still contact. And of course, that's illegal. You see the flag coming in right at the heels of Monty Jackson.
We were ruthless, Shannon. We were ruthless.
Two against Oakland. Muncy. All the way to the 9-yard line. First and goal.
This has been one hell of a game. It's going to be a hell of a game right to the finish. They're fighting. They're trying to stay in it.
Stops the clock with exactly 7.5 minutes remaining.
7.5 minutes remaining, and their season is on the line. They're down by 10.
Muncy getting good blocking. And you've got to mix it up offensively, especially when you've got those 5
Kellen
backs in there.
Kellen Winslow again with a nice block, Merlin.
Kellen's had a big day. He's making a first block, and then he comes back for a second one. Beautiful cut down there. That's the one that sprung him for those last 7-8 yards.
First and goal, almost a full 10 yards to go for San Diego. Draw to Muncy.
Fumble, ball's on the ground.
Back, yes.
Oh,
That brought some
boy, they're flirting with disaster down here. That poor guy's going to have a heart attack.
Raiders think they got the ball, but it's ruled that San Diego retains possession.
He loses his friggin' mind.
Like Muncy ever really got his hands on that football. Let's let you look at it. Watch the handoff. It didn't appear that Muncy was able to get clear possession of that ball, thinking ahead of where he was going to carry that ball and not concentrating on taking the handoff. They're lucky to get that one back.
Muncy recovering his own fumble in a sea of black. Second and goal from the 10. John Floyd in the game for San Diego. Here's Muncy.
Oh, nice open field tackle right there. That was a clean hit right there.
To slow down Muncy. NBC's exciting program, Chips.
Took all the steam, all the wind out of his sails.
The conclusion of our coverage from San Diego over most of these stations, except for most Mountain and Pacific time zone stations where Chips will be seen at its regular time. So stay tuned. We'll have it in its entirety.
Don't worry. Chips will be seen at its regular time directly after the show.
That was a big play by Mike.
You will not miss Punch. The whole new episode.
Keep his balance. Would have been very close to that goal line.
Triple left formation. Fouts.
Oh!
Winslow open and overshot him.
Overshot. Get up.
And goal. And apparently Coryell will go to the field goal. And Winslow limping again.
Still having trouble with that calf. Stretched all the way out. Perhaps a healthy Kellen Winslow would have made this catch. Almost a basketball play again, a double pick. And they throw it a little high to Winslow. You see him surge off that leg, and he comes up grabbing that right calf.
An apparent 28-yard field goal.
Oh, get over with the poor Kellen Winslow garbage.
6 minutes, 52
I don't care that
left.
he's dragging his half-dead ass around the field. It's only because we've been putting a beating down on him.
Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen in San Diego, delighted to bring you this AFC Championship game. The Eagles had the top defense against scoring in the NFL this year.
Every Friday, Black Friday, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. Actually, pretty much 5 nights a week you can catch Raider Reaction, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. We have different lineup, but on Fridays, it is Black Friday, and we show Raider Classics in the Silver and Black Theater.
And he's out at the 25.
So right now, you've got a 7-point game, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop the Raiders and get Dan Fouts and the offense the ball for a possible tying touchdown.
It is 34-27. Just under 7 minutes left in the 1980 AFC Championship game. The Eagles have already punched their ticket to the Super Bowl. They beat the Cowboys 20-7. Jim Plunkett at the helm with a chance. Chew it up. Put this away. Look at them stats. He's had a hell of a game. Now you give it to Van Egan.
The middle backer from Oregon State, the tackler.
And it's time to put it away.
6 minutes and 30 seconds. We'll keep our eye on the clock. Oakland leading 34-27. The Raiders
now you just take the ball away from the opposition. They don't get it back. You chew it up.
The middle to Kenny King, went through King's fingertips, deflected downfield, and Raymond Chester of the Raiders picked it off and completed a 65-yard scoring play. Raiders built the lead at 28-7. San Diego coming back to within 4. Van Egan.
Mark Van Egan to the 40.
Preston and Horn, the tacklers. Philadelphia won earlier today. As Dick
well, Sandy, make sure you join us every Black Friday. I'll be looking for you next week. We've got another great one picked out for next week, and like I did the week before, and we got up to 90 last week. If we can hit 100 next week, I'll show the entire game. Otherwise, I'll just show the first half, and then the following week we'll show the second half like we did this showing. But if I can get 100 viewers during the first half, I'll show the whole second half. 100 viewers live.
With us here on NBC television tonight. After the conclusion of this game, for those that apply in the Eastern and Central time zones, you'll see Chips, followed by an outstanding motion picture, Magic, complete of excellent Sunday's entertainment on the national
Chips and Magic. There you go. Your Sunday night lineup.
Times in the Mountain and Pacific zones.
Get your popcorn.
Van Egan has really been a workhorse today, Dick. They're giving him a break. Jared Jensen, 31, into the backfield.
Down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second.
Gets it off.
Kenny King to the
That was nice. Out of the huddle and got that snap off quick when they needed to. That was nicely executed.
A day that found the players awakening to the sound of rain, something that no one expected, and that it has been nothing but sunshine here in the West for the last 2 months. But no rain during the course of the play. It stopped about noon today, and certainly not a factor. 4:17 left.
Dan Fouts watching his season die right in front of his face.
3rd and 4 for Plunkett.
3rd down. This is a big one.
And it's a first down.
And that's a first down, ladies and gentlemen.
Mike Williams made the tackle, and Plunkett gets another 4 downs.
Plunkett under pressure. Louis Kelcher going all the way around on a double stunt. Plunkett throws
Hey, yeah,
nice
what better
strike
way
Whittington,
to spin
tucks it away carefully and gets out of bounds.
Friday night than watching a Raiders victory?
All the way around the other tackle and the defensive end, but it's a quick timing pattern, and Plunkett gets it off. And now, Plunkett still eating the clock, moving it down the field.
Plunkett methodical. He's eating it up. He's chewing him up.
Especially to get at least a field goal out of the drive. Van Egan.
The running game's clicking.
What a reliable, dependable back he has been for the Raiders through his 7 years in the league.
The clock keeps ticking.
Talked a great deal about the passing game today. A great deal about the quarterbacks. But I've got to believe that the running game by the Oakland Raiders has been the key to their success.
Of course he wants to play. That's why he's our leader, Wade. Of course he wants to play.
Dave Dalby, Art Shell, Henry Lawrence have done an excellent job up front of making room for those ball carriers.
I would not be surprised if we see him next week.
Who carried on that first down. This is Van Egan.
In both, he wants to be in those divisional games.
on top. Check who's underneath that pile. It is 51 Woodrow Lowe. Oh, 3rd down again for the Raiders. The clock running.
Another 3rd down for Plunkett. 3:03. 3 minutes and ticking.
Fouts and the Chargers have all 3 timeouts left. Van Egan now is rushing
Another
for
3rd
70
down
yards.
completion.
Top runner in the
This
game.
going conversion here is going to make it very, very difficult for the Chargers to get back in it. This is another big play for Plunkett.
Whoops.
What was that nonsense?
Invading the Oakland Raider backfield. Let's see if he was illegally invited. No. So it'll be now 3rd and about 1 instead of 3rd and 6, and that changes the whole play call.
We talked about mistakes. In fact,
Big
San
mistake
Diego,
right
which is
there. Huge.
A relatively experienced team has made a lot of stupid mistakes today, and that's a stupid mistake.
That was a very stupid mistake.
They little Wilbur Young because he's played some excellent football here, but you can't afford to give away 5 yards in that kind of situation. Plunkett now a much easier opportunity to pick up the first down and take some more time off that clock.
And the way they're delicately measuring that spot, you can see from the hand of Cal Lepore that it's about 6 inches to go.
99 defense, 3rd down.
About 6 inches to go for that first down.
On the inside, Plunkett just getting out of the way. That's a lot of body coming at you.
Wilbur guessed wrong at a William Penn College of Iowa. So Plunkett needs just short yardage and brings in some extra blockers. Raymond Chester and Derek Ramsey will bookend the line. Todd Christensen is the wingback. Van Egan and King behind Plunkett. Van Egan. A first down, and now it is really tough for San Diego. The clock running down toward the 2-minute
clock
warning.
is ticking.
Chris Barr anticipating a possible
It is
field
not
goal,
becoming
but now
the friend.
Plunkett hopes that they
Look
won't
at him.
have to kick one. They're going to try to
Look at him.
disrupt the
He's
clock.
just like,
They
oh,
don't need to run
man.
a play till the 2-minute timeout unless San Diego uses
We're
one of its
gonna
timeouts.
lose. We're gonna lose.
Why wouldn't they they call time here, Merlin?
Well, they've only got 3, and I'm sure that has to be a concern for them. If they were going to call it, they should have called it instantly. They shouldn't have waited at all.
Yeah, they let about 22 seconds go by until the 2-minute warning, and Plunkett wisely will just let that official.
That's awesome. I want some free Charger lost tacos.
Timeout in San Diego. The Raiders have the ball and a big 7-point lead.
Man, I don't know. This would be some pretty tasty tacos. Some Charger lost tacos.
Stay tuned, friends, for Chips and Magic, East and Central time zones. Of course, those 2 fine programs.
Especially
will be
free
seen at regular times
Chargers
in
lost tacos.
the Western areas.
Come on.
Right after the conclusion of this game. Of course, we'll also go down into the locker room of the winners and the losers after this game. Oakland leads 34-27, 2 minutes left.
You know what? The Chargers are going to end up like, that stupid guy who's dating, he's cheating on his old lady. So he then leaves his wife for the hot mistress. And then, after he leaves his wife, the mistress don't want him either. And then now he's got nowhere to go. That's kind of like the Chargers, because they left their wife to go to L.A. for the mistress, and then they get there, and the mistress is like, you've been here a week. I don't think it's working out. Why don't you go back to your wife? He's like, but my wife don't want me back. Well, that pretty much sums up what the Chargers are living with right now. They done moved out of the house.
San Diego. It'll be about
the girlfriend don't want him no more. The wife ain't gonna take him back. Now what? Now where you go?
It'll be the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl against the winner of today's game.
St. Louis.
Tune in early Eastern time, 1 o'clock for the NFL Year
St. Louis
Review,
needs
a
a team.
spectacular show featuring the highlights of this great season.
They can trade the Rams for the Chokers. A lamb choker trade. That'll make St. Louis fans real friggin' happy.
Big Ralph Sampson of the Cavaliers, and then the pregame at 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock in the West. Super Bowl 15. And it'll be the Eagles. And right now, that team.
Of course, I'm bringing you Chips and Magic right afterwards, Wade.
Game in 14 years.
It's a full-on Black
Remember
Friday.
an incident in the game we did here, the Charger.
We got some vintage Chips.
Critical 4th down situation. Oakland down by 7 points late in the game. Pastorini
There'll be
went
no
down,
Chips on
had to
ReACTION
come
tonight.
off the sideline. It was one of the first chances he'd had to play in that year. Came in and threw under all that pressure, threw a touchdown pass to Raymond Chester. I've got to feel that maybe that was the
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed over the last 2 Black Fridays taking in this great Raider Classic.
It's been a Cinderella story for the Raiders. Certainly
This is a great game in the Raider archives right here.
The NFL, the AFC West.
This victory is going to send the Raiders to their 2nd Super Bowl in 5 years.
Must stop the Raiders, or Oakland will run out the clock. 1:52 left.
Plunkett drops back.
Plunkett's going to run
and he's going to run it.
He got the first down and fell at the 24.
And take care of business himself.
Time for only the last time.
And I think that might write the end of the Chargers story. A wonderful story it has been during this past season. But the colors in the Super Bowl are going to be silver and black.
That's right. You better believe it. You go sit down, son. You go sit down.
1:22 left.
Yeah, you be mad.
Season
That's
that
all
began
right.
shortly after the
You wear
4th
that
of
ugly
July.
blue
The hard work
and
of summer,
yellow,
the
that's
4
what you get.
preseason games, the highs and lows of a 16-game season, and the wild card Oakland Raiders, although they did indeed tie 11-5 with a record with San Diego. And now it's just chew up the
Bad guys came to town today.
The final timeout
Took it away from you at home.
the San Diego Chargers with 1:01 left
Crushed
in the
your
game.
dreams.
And now, unless the Raiders make a
Shut your fans up. Even the guy running around there with the little short shorts with the lightning bolts and the stupid umbrella hat.
1:01 left.
He ain't dancing no more. Nah. Dance time's over.
Second down play from the 21 of San Diego. The Raiders
Dancing
already
time's
starting to
over.
congratulate each other along the far sideline.
Look at him. They're leaving the seats. It's over.
That's what he'll do. And the clock will start to run.
We came, rained all over your little Charger parade, little Charger party.
A better job.
Everybody's got the sad faces.
An angle, 2 angles, 3 replays.
It's a sad home game.
Coordinating producer Ted Nathanson. Telecast of this 1981 AFC Championship has been produced by Larry Cirillo. Directed by Ted Nathanson. Replay producer George Finkel. Our replay director was Ken Fouts. NFL 80 was produced by David
Finkel.
Stern. Directed by Bob Levy.
Well, I hope you guys
The visuals and catch up here. Our technical directors are Ray Figelski
enjoyed.
and Associate producers Mike Hadley, Peter Rolfe, and David Bean.
Yeah, he was grounded.
Mary Buda, John
Definitely was grounded.
Bill Edwards, Dan
They tried. They definitely slung it around, and they did every damn thing they could to put it in the air. But they could not get it done. That's your game. That's your game.
Go to Super Bowl 15.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Raiders will be returning to the Super Bowl. Thank you for joining me on another Black Friday. Stay tuned to Raider Reaction this weekend, as we will have live event footage, as I will be with the Florida Raider Nation at the Week 5 event for the Baltimore game. I will be there live streaming from the event with Raider Nation in attendance. Big game this weekend. I'll have my Week 5 reaction after the game as well. So hopefully it's a good reaction this week, because the last 2 weeks have been a little questionable. But thank you for joining me. Next Black Friday we'll have another great game for you. So make sure you tune in. Appreciate you taking some time out of your evening, spending with me on a Silver and Black Theater here on Raider Reaction. If it's your first time, I hope you come back. If you came back, thank you too. I appreciate all of you, new and old, my band of pirates. I'm out. Peace, love. Raider Nation.